Well, it's time for my advanced students. Last time we talked about a very basic structure, actually one of the most important structures for basic students. This time though, I want to talk about one of the most advanced structures and probably one of the most beautiful ones. I am talking about inversions. In order to understand inversions, we need to understand that we generally use them to express emphasis. Actually, that is one of the best ways to use them.
I get it!
But what about its structure? Well, first off, I want you to imagine inversions as if they were sentences that are interrogatively structured. What the hell is that? Well, let's take a simple sentence in present. Let's say, you love your mother. That's a very basic sentence, a very basic idea. Now, I want you to picture that sentence as if it were interrogatively structured.
Do you understand?
Yes.
As we're talking about something in present, obviously we need the auxiliary here, do. Do you love your mother? Now, is this a question? Not yet. Because remember that in order to make it a question, we need to use the question mark. However, it's interrogatively structured because we have that do, okay, at the beginning of the sentence.
I'm gonna use all the power of my brain.
Remember, it's not that they are questions, but they are structured as if they were. Now that we know the meaning and the structure, let's put them to use. And I'm going to take not only but also one of the most beautiful connectors we have in English, and actually one of the most common ones, especially when it comes to inversions. So let's start with the first part, not only. Great, we have that first part there. And then immediately afterwards, we are going to use the inversion. Not only, you love your mother. No. Remember, not only do you love your mother, but you also admire her. There we have a very good example of what an inversion is.
Not only did Sheldon save my life, he didn't rat me out to the landlord, or the police, or Homeland Security.
Today, Lily did something great. Not only did she gather us all here together and cook a delicious meal.
Many people actually whine about this, about inversions, about whether they are useful or not. Well, let me tell you, they are very useful.
Nice.
However, don't forget that there is a reason why we use them, and that is to express emphasis. That is, don't forget what I told you, that is one of the best ways to use them. So, when should you use them?
You have my undivided attention.
Whenever you want to express that emphasis. Let's try now with a different idea. Let's take a look at this. I have never done anything illegal. Let's say that I want to be emphatic about it. Remember, you need to structure it as if it were a question. So, the idea is this. I have never done anything illegal. Now we just need to do this. Have I done anything illegal? Have I done anything illegal? Now let's use never. Actually, never is one of the most common words with which we can use inversions. So let's put never at the beginning. And then the inversion. Never have I done anything illegal. There you have another very good example of what an inversion is.
Never have I ever been in never have I ever been in handcuffs.
Don't forget what I told you. First, we generally use inversions to express emphasis. And second, they are structured as if they were questions. Are they questions? No, they are not. But they are structured as if they were. Finally, let's try using a different connector. What do you think about no sooner than? In simple terms, no sooner than is the same as soon as.
Do you understand?
Yes.
The idea this time, it's quite simple. What do you think about this? As soon as I wake up, I take a shower. Now, as soon as I wake up, I wake up. How do you structure that idea interrogatively? Do I wake up? Let's add the connector. No sooner. No sooner. And then the inversion. No sooner do I wake up than I take a shower.
No sooner does she tell you who you are than she blows up.